I did want to share something with you. It's kind of a challenge for you to think about. And so you should be seeing a picture of a verse, 1 Peter 1:3. It says this: God is so good, and by raising Jesus from the dead, he has given us a new life and a new hope that lives on. You know, one of the things that I was thinking about this year during Good Friday and Easter is how this year's Good Friday and Easter is actually closer to how it would have been around the time that the first Easter and the first Good Friday happened. Because if you think about it, Jesus at the cross, even though nowadays we celebrate, right? We get together, we gather all of our friends together, and we take communion together on Good Friday. And we celebrate knowing that Jesus is going to raise again from the dead. So it's a joyous time because we know that Jesus took away the sin that is on our shoulders, and he bore it himself on the cross. And Easter, you know, is another celebration where we get together. It's recorded that day, Easter, is usually the most attended day in church for the entire year. You know, there are upwards of, Grace on any given Sunday might be around 400 people. Well, on Easter, sometimes it's close to 500 or 600 people. And so it just gives you an idea of how many more people are in church on Sunday to celebrate the resurrection. But if you think about it, the very first Good Friday, Jesus died on the cross pretty much alone. And the first Easter, only a few people were aware that Jesus rose again from the dead. In fact, it started with two women, Mary and Martha, who appeared at Jesus' tomb and found out that Jesus had risen from the dead. And the reason that they had gone to the tomb in the first place was to mourn his death. And so, if you think about it, Easter morning did not start off joyous. It did not start off in anticipation of us getting baskets or gifts or anything to be excited about, but it, in fact, especially for those who were considered followers of Jesus, was a dark time, and it was an eerie time. And so when Mary and Martha showed up at the tomb, a little spark of hope was initiated, a small spark. And then what had to happen was that Mary and Martha had to go share the news with other people. And they started spreading hope amidst the darkness, amidst the eeriness, amidst all of the pain and the heartache that surrounded Easter. And I can't help but think about our current situation. Easter this year, like I said before, is more like the Easter that happened 2,000 plus years ago than it has been in my entire lifetime. Because we are in a situation that is somewhat eerie, and we are in a situation that is somewhat dark, and yet we have hope because, like this verse says, Jesus raised us from the dead, and he gave us new life and a hope that lives on. Here is my challenge for you. Who are you going to share that hope with? Who do you know that is being swallowed in this dark situation? Maybe it's a friend's parents who lost their job. Maybe it is somebody that's just feeling super isolated and alone. They miss all their friends and they don't know how to respond. They're stressed out. Maybe it is for a family member who is sick, or an extended family member who is sick and who has caught this nasty virus. Whatever the case may be, think about that person and think about, how can I provide that spark of hope for them? And so my challenge to you this week is, next week, during our opening prayer time, I'd love for you to, in the comments, simply share maybe something, or share on your Instagram or your Facebook, or even in person in text message, however it works. Share a way that you helped spread hope this week. And let's make it more like I said, 2,000 plus years ago, days after Easter, the hope of Jesus was spreading slowly, gaining steam, and now it is that celebration that is celebrated by literally billions of people all over the world. But it started small, and right now during this eerie time, let's start small by sharing the hope that we have in Christ with other people. So I want to hear some stories about how you do this, about how you share your hope with others.